college for 2 years. When we went to college by bus, there were 5 members at our stop, including me, that girl, and 3 boys. One day, our college bus did not come. It was canceled, so we decided to go by RTC bus. And right at that time, my dad was also coming on that road. If we wanted to go to college, we had to change 2 buses. After getting off the first bus, the second bus would be full. There were only 2 empty seats in that bus. What did my friends do? They made that girl sit next to me. Right, my dad also got on the bus. We got on. I was sitting next to the child, but after a while I saw him from behind. He looked like Shravan. He thought he was going to college, sitting next to the child in the bus and not turning around. He came from behind and called him with his hand. When I looked back, who was it? My dad said. Suddenly, seeing my dad in that place, my face turned pale. I didn't know what to do after waiting. The girl introduced my dad as my friend and the child said, "Namaste, uncle." My dad smiled and said, "Namaste, Amma." Seeing my dad, they thought he was my friend and came closer and asked, "Who you are, uncle?" When I said my dad, "Come," they still said, "The college bus hasn't come, uncle. That's why we are going in the RTC bus today." They all said that we were friends on the college bus, and they understood. But my dad's doubt was that if all of them were sitting, why was my son the only one sitting next to that kid? My dad was still cool. I was getting tense, but if I said, "Daddy, there's no place for you," he would have made me sit down. And if I had been there later, they would have gotten into trouble and gotten off the bus at the next stop, where they couldn't talk freely. When I asked why we were getting off here, "Dad, there's a direct bus from here," and got off. That's how my dad found me that day. That whole day, I was afraid of what would happen when I went home. After a few more days, after college, we returned in the college bus. After getting off the bus, that girl would walk to her auto stand and talk for a while and then get into her auto. I used to go by bus, but one day, I got into an auto with her, and she said, "Let's drop her off and go." My little brother was in that auto, but if I find him again, he said, "My brother. He's my friend." The girl introduced her to my brother and said, "Namaste, brother." My brother said, "Hi, normally." The girl was not tense here. We were not tense. They were both talking nicely. I was still afraid of what my brother would say, but when he got off the auto and gave me money, he said, "I'll give it to you, you go." But she left. He was looking for confidence. After a few more days, we were talking at the auto stand again. This time, I couldn't even get into an auto. There was never any traffic in that area. But that day, there was full traffic in front of us. In that traffic, a bus stopped right in front of us. My elder brother was in that bus. Area Ravana branch, I felt like I was getting caught every time I got into this bus, no matter what I did wrong to the auto drivers. He asked me what I was doing. Since there was no time to introduce the girl in that traffic, I told the girl to go and get in the auto and left. I got in the bus and left. In this way, everyone in the house has their own situation, even if they get caught with a